Hi there, I'm Chris the Comic Vet. Hope this video finds you safe and well. Now, I've been to a lot of Comic-Cons in my time. Buffalo's Nickel City Con, the Montreal Comic-Con, Detroit's Motor City Comic-Con, Cleveland's Wizard World, Chicago's C2E2, and of course Toronto's Fan Expo Canada. But there is one comic convention that is superior to all of them, and that is Charlotte's Heroes Convention. In 2023, I made my first journey to Charlotte for this awesome comic convention. In 2024, I made my return. 2025 is going to be even more special. I've reached out to the promoters of Heroes Convention and let them know what I'm interested in doing with my YouTube channel. I want to create a day in the life, kind of a biography documentary about my journey around Heroes Convention. How did they respond? They hooked me up with a press pass for 2025. You're going to see me speaking to artists, vendors, and hey, even other YouTube personalities. I hope you enjoy it. This is A Day in the Life, Heroes Convention 2025.
The shoe of the day are the Air Jordan Max Aura 2s.
Good morning. It's Thursday morning, a little bit dark, a little bit raining, but it doesn't matter. I'm off to Heroes Convention. Currently, I'm somewhere between Toronto and the Canadian-American border at Buffalo. I'm heading to Buffalo to fly out of the airport there, direct to Charlotte. Once I'm situated through security, I'll be stopping and showing all of you some of the books that I'm grading, some of the books I'm going to be having signed, and we'll have a little communication about that. And then once I'm situated in Charlotte, I'm going to go get my press pass for today and actually hit the con floor. So yes, even before Heroes Convention's open, I'll be showing you what's in store for Heroescon.
Okay, so I'm situated here in the Buffalo airport. No issues whatsoever this morning. Security was a breeze. Now, I wanted to show some of the books I'm bringing to Charlotte for the Heroes Convention. The first set of books I'm going to be talking about are books I'm taking to CGC for their on-site grading. Now, let me tell you, this is a big treat for me as a Canadian. Now, I don't have to pay any shipping costs to send the books to Florida. I don't have to pay for any shipping costs and duty back to Canada, and any tariffs that may have possibly been added to the total charge. So with that being said, let's start with the book that's probably going to be the most special for me. This is a book from my late father's personal comic book collection. This is Gene Autry and Champion, the Dell comic from the very early 1950s. I recently had this book cleaned and pressed to show off the beauty that this painted cover really is. I can't wait to have this book slabbed up in protection and preserved, not just for me or for my son, but my father's great-grandchildren one day as a nice keepsake. The next book I'm going to have slabbed up is Ultimate Fallout Issue 4, the second printing variant. I'm hoping for a 9.8 on this one. I'm also hoping for a 9.8 on the first printing of Ultimate Fallout 4, the first appearance of Miles Morales. I did have this book cleaned and pressed recently, as well as having this particular issue cleaned and pressed as well. It is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 1, the first printing. The next book I'm going to show is a book that I picked up as a teenager the day it was released. This is Amazing Spider-Man 4 Newsstand Edition 361, the first appearance of Carnage. The next book I'm going to show is another book that I picked up as a teenager way back in the day. This is The Incredible Hulk, issue 340, featuring that iconic cover by Todd McFarlane. Awesome, awesome work. The next book I'm going to show is a KRS Comics exclusive that's now at this point a couple years old. But this is Suicide Squad, issue number 6, the Natalie Sanders variant, featuring Harley Quinn on Gotham Society as a magazine type of cover. This is just gorgeous work. Hoping for a 9.8 on this one. As well as the next book I'm going to show. This is a jscottcampbell.com exclusive of The Amazing Spider-Man, featuring this gorgeous work by Campbell of Gwen walking in the rain with an umbrella. Ella. The next book is a comic book that is from Zimbabwe and South Africa. This is a Super Comics printing of Marvel's The Amazing Spider-Man. Now this is Super Comics ASM issue 21. Now, Super Comics, if you're unfamiliar, is a publisher that was distributing Marvel Comics in the 70s and early 80s to certain countries in Africa, primarily South Africa and Zimbabwe. I picked this book up a while ago, had it cleaned and pressed, and I'm hoping for anywhere from a 2.5 to a 5.0. As a Spider-Man collector, this is just one of those rare books that I'm happy to have in my collection. Another classic book, and the last one that I'm going to be getting slabbed, is a book that I actually picked up at Heroescon last year. This is that iconic Nick Cardy Aquaman cover. This is Aquaman 42 with this movie-style poster from the late 60s. This is actually the second appearance of Black Manta. Okay, those are the books I'm going to be getting slabbed. Now let's take a look at some of the books I'm going to be getting autographed. The first two books I'm hoping to get signed by Jenny Frison, one of my favorite modern artists. This is the foiled out version of G.I. Joe issue number 1. Awesome work. But the one I'm most excited to get signed by Jenny Frison is this Something is Killing the Children variant. How gorgeous is this? I love it. Erica pulling down her mask after just taking on a monster. Great work. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if David Nakayama is going to be at Heroescon or not, but I brought this book just in case. It's Action Comics 1078. This gorgeous variant cover that came out in the last few months. Now, my all-time favorite artist, Arthur Adams, is going to be at Heroescon this year, so I'm bringing the 1:25 ratio of Fantastic Four issue 13, featuring Galactus on the cover. Great work. Scotty Young is going to be sitting up at Heroescon again this year, so I'm bringing the ASM 67, the variant cover from the recent arc, The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. The next book I'm going to be hoping to get signed is Feral 13. Trish Forstner is going to be at Heroescon this year, so I'm hoping to get this Friday the 13th poster homage signed by Trish. Adam Hughes and Jimmy Palmiotti are going to be at Heroescon this year, so I'm hoping to get this book that just came out earlier this year. This is Pop, issue number 3. Those are nice gloves she has on there. Like a lot of people, I'm going to be bringing my Absolute Batman issue number 1 to try and get signed. This is a later printing featuring the Dark Knight on the Bat Cycle. I really like this cover. Hoping to get it signed as well by Nick Dragotta. And the last book I'm going to show is actually an AOK. There's a young man that comes on my live stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A little show that I like to call Show Us What You Got, the live new comic book day hangout. And that young man is Will, better known as W. Vogs, or as I like to refer to him as Voggers. He is a big Rogue fan, so I decided to bring X-Men issue 12, the variant cover, featuring his favorite X-Men, Rogue, on the cover. Now, hopefully that young man doesn't have this book in his collection. And hopefully he doesn't see this video before I have a chance to give him the book. But either way, these are some of the things they're going to be bringing to Heroescon to get graded and to get signed. Wish me luck. Now it's time to head over to my gate and get on that American Airlines flight. All right, so I'm safely landed here in Charlotte. I just kind of passed by Frankie Muniz. Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle himself. Just walked right past me. Small world. All right, let's get to the hotel. It is a beautiful day in Charlotte. I'm just on my way to the convention center now after checking in to pick up my press pass and see if maybe I can drop my books off early at CGC. We'll see. Maybe meet some other YouTube personalities. We'll see how this plays out. Okay, mission accomplished. Press pass for 2025. I'm gonna make my way down onto the con floor to see what I can find. Here we go. Heroes Convention kicks off right now. All right, I'm here with Will, better known as W Vogs on YouTube. Will, what's the one book you're hunting this weekend here at Heroescon?
Probably the world's finest 169, because it's the third appearance of Batgirl. I'm a Barbara Gordon fan, and it's her first team up with Supergirl.
Terrific. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
I'm here with Cliff from Cliff on Comics, the YouTube channel. Cliff, what's the one book that you're hunting this weekend here at Heroescon?
Oh, why would you ask me that when you know how much danger I'm in?
I
don't know.
Give me one.
What would I like? What would I like to find this weekend?
We're open for business. The doors aren't open yet, but we're open.
Oh my God, I'm really going brain dead on this.
I will edit this and put it fast forward as well.
Right? You'll just have to do fast forward. You have to do like the whole thing and like me in all the poses. You know. I would really like a slab of. Oh my God, I'm really stuck. You know what? I'll go easy. Like a bare minimum. If I get a slab of the Death of Superboy from Legion of Superheroes, I'll be fine with that because like I now have 3. I used to have no copies when I was a kid. As a young adult, I have my 1 copy. Now my old ass has 3 copies, and so if I could just get 1 slab of it, I'll just be fine. That's it. That's what I'm going to settle on. That's my bare minimum. I hope to get something a little more exciting, but my brain is toast right now. It's just filled with memories of driving into oncoming traffic and sausage gravy that was too salty, and so like, and then there's all this sweating because this place is hot and humid. 2 things that humans should not be exposed to unless you're 100% Puerto Rican. I am only 50 and 50% Canadian, which means I am never happy. I am always too hot and always too cold, and never. There's no win. No win.
This is a hell of an interview.
It really is. It really is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck with that book. I'm here with Jerry from Park Circle Comics. Now, Jerry, what's the coolest thing that you brought as a vendor to Heroescon this weekend?
The coolest thing I brought this weekend is a Batman #1 from 2016, which on the face of it just looks like a normal Batman comic. But this was originally a sketch cover. So it was originally blank.
Wow.
And the entire cover has been filled in by multiple artists on the front and on the back. All of the drawings and signatures are CGC verified, the CGC signature series. It has Tim Sale, it has Neil Adams, it has, who else? Matt Wagner, Jose Garcia Lopez, Gwen Sinclair, I always said Neil Adams, Mike Grell, Mike Zeck.
Wow.
And a couple others who I have to say I'm not very familiar with. But this is a unique, one-of-a-kind item. A friend of mine, a good customer, spent about 2 years getting this completed. And I was lucky enough to be able to rescue it from them and put it back in the market. But yes, I have it at $3,000. If it doesn't go this weekend, you can get in touch with me through Facebook at Park Circle Comics on Facebook, and also on Twitter, Park Circle Comics, and on Instagram, Park Circle Comics. So available on all three, and I do mail order, and that is we can definitely handle it.
Very good. So again, everyone, if you're here at Heroescon and you catch this video, swing by Park Circle, talk to Jerry. We're talking about original art from the late Neil Adams. I don't throw the word legendary around very often, but we're talking about a legendary person. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Jerry.
Thank you.
I appreciate
I
you.
appreciate it.
Best
Thank
of
you so
luck
much.
this weekend, my man.
Best of luck. You as well.
I'm here with the man, DJ, from DJ Link's YouTube channel. DJ, what's the one book that you're hunting this weekend here at Heroes?
Thank you for asking. Oddly enough, I'm not looking for any books. I'm on a quest for original art this weekend. Yeah, so I'm not really looking for any books. After that year last year, I had to take a step back today on books.
And would you mind reminding us what your big haul was last year?
Silver Surfer #1.
Thank you, DJ. Good luck. Hi, I'm here with Brandon from B&B Comics. He's a vendor here at the far side of Heroescon. Brandon, what's the coolest thing that you've brought to Heroescon this weekend?
Well, for us, the coolest thing we have is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 9.8 white pager. It is the second print, which is a low print run, and it's only one of 13 on the census.
Wow. Now, Brandon, what are you hoping to get for this book this weekend if you can move it?
Well, we got it priced at $17,000. We could consider some trade as well, but that's what we're looking for.
Okay. Now, Brandon, if you don't move this book this weekend, if someone's interested in getting this TMNT second printing #1 in a 9.8, how can they find you?
So for us, we're most active on Instagram, and it would be B&B_comics_129 to send us a message.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm back in the room, and it was a pretty eventful first day. Again, I'd like to thank Heroescon for hooking me up with the press pass. It afforded me the opportunity to hit the con floor and visit some of the dealers, see some friends, and have some good laughs. Besides that, I did pick up some books. Yes, some vendors were willing to do some sales. Unfortunately, the CGC booth was closed. They did have a window open. If you wanted to try and submit some books early, I'm going to have to be there early Friday morning to have my books submitted in hopes that I have them back by the end of day Saturday. But let me show you the 3 books that I picked up. The first one is Miles Morales, issue 38, in a 9.8. This is famous for being the kickstart of Empire of the Spider. This is my favorite Miles Morales arc of all time. If you haven't read Miles, you need to read Empire of the Spider. It's what really, really took off for me when it comes to Miles and how dedicated of a superhero he really is. I picked this up for $35, the 9.8. Basically, it's the cost of grading at best. Empire of the Spider, so happy to have this in my PC as the 9.8. Earlier this year, I released a video called the 2025 Collecting Goals, where I spotlighted a few books that I was really interested in trying to find. 2 of those books I've already picked up and crossed off my list for HeroCon wants. Batman 232 was a book that I hoped to get in a low grade, somewhere between a 2.5 to maybe a 4, 4.5. Well, I was fortunate enough to work out a deal for a 6.5. This is Batman 222, famous for the Beatles takeoff, and I'm so happy to have this back into my collection. This is a book from 1970, 6.5
white page. If you don't know anything about this book, this plays into the whole conspiracy theory that the Beatles, Paul McCartney, died and was replaced by a look-alike that we have today. It's an interesting comic book. I thoroughly enjoyed the story then. Happy to have it in a 6.5 back in my collection today to stay. And the last book that I picked up, well, I've kind of been showing everyone because I'm really happy with the deal that I got. There's really no words other than say, first Black Panther. I worked out a deal and got it for $350. And a 4.0, the Fantastic Four issue 25, or pardon me, 52, the first appearance of Black Panther, T'Challa. And I am so happy to have this in my PC. So happy to have these two books crossed off my goal list for 2025. But for those of you, if you don't have the Black Panther's first appearance, now is the time for you to consider finding it and pulling the trigger on a grade that you're comfortable with. The book is at a low point for sales, for value, I mean, and I just can't believe that I finally have a copy of the first appearance of Black Panther in Fantastic Four. Awesome. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed A Day in the Life. Thank you so much for your time. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Leave a comment. I try to respond to every comment that gets left on my channel. So I'll see you again. Take care.